Hi, royalties. So, this is a sneak peek of a typical workday in my life. So, on this day, I woke up really late. And if you know Lagos and you know BRT buses, you would know that that's a disadvantage. So, when I got to the BRT station, it was crowded. It was crowded. So, I had to stand in the queue and join the wait. We waited and waited and waited. Finally, a bus came after some hours of waiting. Actually, after some minutes of waiting, minutes which would have turned into hours if this bus didn't come. So I was so grateful. I was so grateful for this bus because I was already so tired from the wait. Look at my face. Someone that has prepared to go to work. Look at my face. I was tired, but finally I got to work, and it was at this point that I knew that what I wrote in my CV was not for flex. I'm a self motivator. I am a self starter. Because if I wanted to consider everything I went through to come to work on this day, I wouldn't work. If I want to consider the way I stood under the sun for minutes waiting for BRT bus, I wouldn't work. But look at your girl now. Look at your girl. Shining, working. I had to motivate myself to work. Now, this is my friend. We're talking at work concerning some issues at work. We had to, talk it out and work at the same time. At this point, I was even tired, let me not lie, but we have to do the work. We have to get the money. At this point, it was work over. Work was finally over, and I decided to take some selfie videos. A fine girl has to be a fine girl. I left work around 6 p.m. because I wanted Wi-Fi. This is it. So bye.